Let's jump right into this explainer. We are looking at a radical, evolutionary shift in how we manage physical buildings. For decades, commercial real estate has been stuck relying on static spreadsheets, disconnected databases, manual inspections, you know the drill. But right now, we are standing on the edge of a completely new technology cycle. We aren't just talking about a simple software upgrade anymore. We're talking about real estate becoming fundamentally AI native.
Dubai's International Financial Center, the DIFC, has stated they are pursuing the ambition to become the world's first fully AI-native financial center. And that ambition sets the massive scale for our story today. It hints at a future of system-level urban infrastructure. The DIFC isn't just looking to adopt a piece of new tech here and there. They are establishing a Dubai PropTech hub to integrate planning, operations, sustainability, and the human experience, all under one intelligent umbrella. It's a bold vision, treating a city's financial and physical infrastructure as two sides of the exact same coin.
Section 1. The AI real estate shift, converging tech and finance.
We're seeing the historical boundaries between real estate and financial infrastructure completely dissolve as they converge around artificial intelligence. Now, real estate has never actually existed independently from finance, right? I mean, every building intersects with lending, insurance, valuation, capital markets. But AI is making that relationship incredibly tight. Get this number, 1,677. That is the wild number of AI and fintech organizations already operating in Dubai's DIFC ecosystem at the end of 2025. It absolutely proves this transformation is already aggressively underway. With the region aiming to attract hundreds of millions in investment for PropTech by 2030, it's crystal clear that AI infrastructure, financial systems, and physical assets are no longer developing in their own little silos. They are becoming layers of the exact same operating environment.
Moving on to Section 2, From Data to Intelligence, the PropTech Evolution. To really understand where we're going, we first need to look at how property technology, PropTech, is evolving from basically a giant filing cabinet into a thinking system. We're seeing a massive leap from a first generation of simply digitizing documents to a second generation where AI actively reasons over the data. Think about it. Generation 1 solved a data problem. It moved property databases online. It made documents searchable. Boom, done. But Generation 2, that solves an intelligence problem. Modern architectures, like the BrokerWise platform mentioned in our sources, don't just treat AI like a chatbot bolted onto a database. Instead, the AI interprets those documents. It finds hidden relationships, coordinates complex workflows, and monitors assets around the clock. So the end user goes from manually digging around for insights to having a system that actively surfaces answers and does all the heavy lifting for them.
Section 3. Enter the digital twin, beyond 3D models.
Let's see how this evolution builds into the real core of asset management, the introduction of the digital twin. This is what accelerates this intelligence transition into overdrive. The absolute crucial point here is that a twin is a living state matrix of a building. We have to completely shatter the misconception that a digital twin is just a visual, static 3D blueprint. When most people hear digital twin, they picture, a fancy virtual reality walkthrough of an office lobby. But the much more important concept here is state. A true digital twin is a continuously updated living information system that tracks the exact reality of a physical asset and all the complex systems surrounding it in real time.
Because a true twin ingests a massive variety of real-time data. We're talking everything from physical IoT sensor data and energy consumption to financial valuations, live lease agreements, and occupancy rates. AI can actually reason across all of it. It doesn't have to bounce between 10 different disconnected systems. It essentially creates a unified brain for the building.
Section 4. When AI takes action, managing the asset.
This brings us to the absolute core of how digital twins actually manage and operate real estate assets on a daily basis. This is where the theoretical becomes incredibly practical. Let's look at a very tangible scenario. Ask yourself, what happens to net operating income if occupancy falls? Think about how painful this is to answer today. An asset manager usually has to wait weeks for analysts to pull data from a leasing CRM, combine it with a financial spreadsheet, and manually cross-reference operational costs. It's a massive headache. But with a digital twin, you just pose this question directly to the AI. Because the twin contains both the operational state, meaning who is actively sitting in the building, and the financial state, the AI instantly predicts the outcome. It understands exactly how a drop in physical occupancy directly impacts that net operating income in real time. It's functioning as an active, instant asset manager, not just some passive dashboard.
Similarly, lenders can actively model risk changes by asking how collateral risk fluctuates based on live market conditions fed directly into the twin. And on the operational side, facility managers can ask which equipment is likely to fail. Here, the AI is incredibly autonomous. It doesn't just flag a generic warning light, it correlates an anomaly in the HVAC system's IoT data with the supporting maintenance logs inside the twin, and then preemptively recommends an operational fix before the tenant even notices the air conditioning is struggling. This turns abstract AI into highly concrete business actions. It is fundamentally changing how assets are proactively managed and preserved.
Section 5. The Warden Control Plane, Governing Autonomous AI.
But what happens when these AI agents aren't just answering questions, but are actually authorized to execute operational responses on their own? The moment AI can act, say authorizing a massive repair or automatically adjusting a financial model, model intelligence becomes only a fraction of the problem. You suddenly need an architecture to answer some very strict control plane questions, like what information was inferred versus what was authoritative, which specific agent made the recommendation, and exactly how confident was it? What actions require human approval before they happen? When AI acts, governance literally becomes the architecture of the system.
In this architecture, Warden acts as the ultimate supervisor. It doesn't replace the AI models making the decisions, rather, it sits right above them. It maintains safety, checks permissions, and dictates escalation paths, which is especially crucial when two autonomous agents might actually disagree on the best course of action. It provides that absolutely required human oversight in these increasingly complex autonomous AI environments.
This flow creates a beautiful, closed intelligence loop for managing the asset. It starts with data from the physical asset and financial systems, which feeds directly into the digital twin. Then, the intelligence layer, like Brickerswise, analyzes that twin state and proposes an action. Next, the Warden control plane governs that recommendation, making sure it's safe and fully authorized. Finally, the governed action is taken, which instantly updates the digital twin, and the cycle just continues. Reality informs the digital makes a decision, governance approves it, and reality is altered.
Ultimately, we are no longer building software that merely describes a building. We are building an autonomous environment that actively operates it. The next major platform isn't going to be just a single app you download. It will be a massive synthesis of digital twins, autonomous agents, APIs, financial systems, and human decision makers, all working together in real time to simulate the future and optimize the present.
I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to consider the next time you walk into a smart building. If the software running the physical walls around you is actively reasoning, predicting financial outcomes, and making governed operational decisions, who or what is really managing our cities? It's a fascinating future, and one that is arriving way faster than we think. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.